What's up everyone, I am AhkTaar and welcome back for more tests on Infinite Magicraid. In this video, I am gonna talk more in depth about the defense and the damage reduction thanks to the defense. I made a lot of tests here and I have some figures to show you and a curve, so let's talk about that. So, first of all, before showing you the figures, let me show you what have I tried. Here I have a Zack Zulu. He has no modificator, no multiplicator on his skills. So every time I'm going to use the basic attack, it's going to do the same amount of damage over the time. This is really important. I use the best mock in front of me, so he has no defense bonus, etc. So it's cool for the test. Here, the first test, 0% of the defense. I tested that by increasing my penetration by 100%, so I ignore the totality of the defense. Then I modified the defense of best mock here. I began to 1000, then I put 2000, then 3000 up to the maximum 100k. So testing that, I have a lot of figures to show you, so let's go. This is an Excel and on it you can see the damage. Defense here, the defense 1200, 300 to the maximum here 100k. And you can see the damage below. So here 43k, almost 44k on the final result. And if I go on the beginning with the 0 defense on the enemy, it's some kind of low damage. So imagine if it was 1 million damage, the difference between 0 defense and 100k defense on the target, it would be way bigger. So here, for example, 190k. If I increase the defense by 5000, there is a difference 28k in damage. This is huge in comparison with the rest. Here, for example, if I increase another 5000 here, the difference now it's not 28k, but it's only 20k. Only 20k difference, so we already lost 8k. The bigger the damage from your hero, the bigger the difference in this test here. So if I increase my defense from 10,000 to 20,000, for example, let me push that. Here 10,000 to 20,000, the difference here is 30k, less than 30k, 28k. So in 10,000 defense here we have the same damage reduction as here with 5k. This is insane. And so if we have a look to the final result here, the damage are really reduced a lot, but the defense is unachievable, unobtainable on our heroes. But it's interesting if we compare that to bosses. Bosses have a lot of defense. I think they have more than 100k, something like that. But if you have a look to the curve here, this is the damage reduction over the defense. As you can see here, if I click on it, 25k, we are here. So if you are going here, for example, the difference at the end between every 5k defense is not that big in comparison with here. Even if you have 95% piercing rate, for example, you are missing a ton of damage with the 5% remaining on the enemy. So this is why it's really important to have as much piercing rate as you can on your heroes. So in order to do that, lower the defense by 60% on the enemy, use an aura to increase your piercing rate and play heroes who already have some piercing rate on them. This is how you are going to deal a lot of damage. Being here in terms of defense on enemies, it's really important. This is where you are going to get the highest amount of damage. So I wanted to show you with more damage here in order to make a comparison. For example, here the damage are multiplied by 5, and this is clearly achievable by a lot of heroes in the game. For example, if you take Lucifer, if the target had 0% defense on him, he would hit way harder than that, or maybe hit that on every stage of damage on the basic attack. It would be so insane. Here, for example, if you had that, the damage reduction with the defense you have a way bigger difference between the figures though. Here between 0 and 5k defense you have 140k. 140k here, and between 5,000 and 10,000 you have only 100k, so you have a 40 more k damage here between 0 and 5k defense than here. And if you go on 20k defense, for example, here there is 570k damage, and in comparison with that you have 140k difference. So between 10,000 and 20,000 you have the same amount of damage reduction than we have between 0 and 5k defense. This is insane. And if you have a look to the curve now, this is what we got. So here, at the beginning, if you can hit the target with 0% of his defense remaining, you are gonna be situated here. If you hit the target with let's say 95% piercing rate, you are gonna be situated here, and you already lost 100k damage on your hit. This is big, really big, especially if you play heroes with a lot of crit damage, attack rate, and some attack buffs, repel, etc. Every kind of buffs to increase your damage. If you are situated in here on the defense of the enemy, the damage are gonna scale a lot with the buffs, and you are gonna destroy the target. I'm curious about that, and I really want to try some heroes with some high piercing rate with a lot of buffs, and this is how I ended doing 50 million damage using Ikina against the guild boss with the Bizidon because she has 100% crit damage piercing rate, so she's situated here when she's using her first active skill. And if you are here 25k, for example, the damage between 25k defense and 0 defense, you are getting something around 400k damage reduction. This is huge. This is almost half the damage reduced here around 25. If I go to 30 here, yeah, 30k defense, it's a half damage reduction. This is so great, but then you are losing a lot of damage reduction in here because the curve is not that high here. So that was all about the video. I wanted to show that to you so you get more details. It's more appealing on figures and a curve. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye.